Every week, the stock market gives you 3 decisions: what to buy, what to avoid, and what to watch closely. Today, I'm breaking down one good stock, one bad stock, and an opportunity that you want to look closely, but that might actually change your life. And that opportunity is one that's misunderstood. Just because it's misunderstood and just because it was down, does that mean it's an opportunity for you? Maybe or maybe not. But for me, I'm going to tell you about it and you can make that decision yourself. But before we get started, as always, like, subscribe, and share it to our channel. In real life, I'm a certified financial planner practitioner, helping thousands of people across this great country, but on these social media airwaves. We're giving information. This information may make you rich if you apply it. Y'all ready? Let go.
And you just wanna get paid, tired of making no money mistakes. Make a payment on your bills and you still late, yeah. Pay for profits to help you seek change, and you just wanna get paid, yeah. Tired of making no money mistakes. Make a payment on your bills and you still late, pay for profits to help you seek change, yeah. Cut the show and just listen. You wanna feel empowered by making money decisions. Residual by the hours can get you a better living. Bitch check the check, you know, and it could be different.
Well, our stock of the week, TMC, the metals company. Now you're like, what? TLC? So I creep? No. TMC. TLC, great group, by the way. Very underrated. One of maybe the top 5 female groups of all time. And rest in peace, Left Eye. But you want to know, who are they? Who is TMC? Well, TMC is a deep-sea mining exploration company targeting nickel, cobalt, and other critical materials, which are essential for EV batteries and energy storage. Now, first is foremost, the Trump administration, not a fan of EV, not at all. They're not a fan. They want nuclear. So you would think because of the Trump administration, TMC would be down, right? We have TAN that's down, that's tied to clean energy. Of course, we have SOL, solar power, that's down like crazy. And wind energy company stocks has folded because Trump loves nuclear. That's why OKLO, symbol OKLO, one of our picks for 2026, not a recommendation, but information, has done so well so far. But they do things a little bit differently. What is that exactly? They mine. And we have something going on right now in Venezuela that is getting people's attention, and that was the invasion. And we have something that we're doing right now in a country called Greenland that's getting other people's attention as well. And what is that? Invasion, occupancy, whatever you want to call it. You see, Venezuela was not because of the oil. Venezuela has a thing called thorium. So what is thorium? Thorium is a rock, but inside that rock, it's energy. And once released properly, it's able to manifest itself. You think about being able to have the power of a generator on one rock. And if you just slowly but surely pick on that rock and release that energy, and you could power so much things. You think about cryptocurrency. The big thing right now is mining because of how much energy it takes. Diamonds. I believe in the next 5 years, it's going to be 80 to 90% of people wearing lab-grown diamonds and moissanite diamonds because they shine better, they look better, and they're way less costly. But the amount of energy it takes right now to make those lab-grown diamonds is crazy. So if we had a way to find energy in these rocks, why would we not invade a country to do that or oversee them? That's the real reason why we took over Venezuela, in my opinion, because of thorium. Because Venezuela is the 7th largest thorium provider, or half thorium in the world, behind us and Canada, of all places. So, because of that reason, my friends, that's why we invaded Venezuela. So what does that got to do with TMC? Well, TMC is a miner of these rare minerals. So if you bing, 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 bing.
Is it just me, or is that you're working hard, but you're not seeing the financial results that you want? We're clocking in, we're clocking out, we have the income, we're making the money, but our wealth is not growing like we want it to. Well, my friends, it's not your fault. You know why? Because we're never taught how money works. We're taught how to spend it, but we're not taught how to leverage the money that we're making right now to build wealth. Now, wealth, it comes in all different shapes and sizes. The question is, how much wealth do you want for you and your family? But the best part about it is help us on the way. Join us during our 5-day mentorship, where you learn how to structure your money, reduce your tax liability, increase your net worth, and build wealth. We'll show you how to go from a wealth builder to a wealth strategist to a wealth creator and leaving that long-lasting legacy to your family. Click the link below and join us on our 5-day mentorship, where we'll help you accelerate your wealth. Now back to the episode.
So if you bing, 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 and you don't mine them correctly, all the energy goes away. And now it's just a rock. And a rock is a rock. Not the rock. Do you smell what the rock is cooking? Not that rock, but a rock with no energy. So you need a company that specializes in mining for those materials. And TMZ does it the best. And TMC is an American company. And TMC has ties to the White House. In the words of Jay-Z, politics as usual, right? Hates EV, but a company that does EV is thriving. Politics. Mining, well, they're good with mining. Invasion, they're already over there and been over there allegedly since 2024. And guess what happened since 2024? Share my screen. My friends, since 2024, they was at 80 cents a share. Rocking it up from 80 cents a share to now, oh, look at that dive in October. Great time to buy. Down again. Now today, $9.44. 900% return. In 1 year, 500% return. Year to date, up by 40%. Do you think this is going to continue to go up? It's only at $9.44. One analyst, I call him an analyst. Some people say he's a YouTuber. He's an analyst in my opinion. My friend, got to disclose he's my friend, Armando Pantera, tall guy crypto, thinks this is going to be at $100 a share by the end of the Trump administration. I'm not saying that's going to happen. If it gets to $100 a share, my friends, that is a 10x gain. That is 1,000%. TMC is the bridge between the White House and EV. It's not Elon Musk, because, he's out of there. Even though him and Trump is kind of getting closer again. How that works, we know, right? TMC, the bridge between America and Venezuela. It's not about the oil, you guys. It's about the minerals. Because if we can power our country, the more people that come in, the more crypto mining, because we now want to bring more crypto mining here. We do not want to outsource mining. Diamonds is big, and diamonds are not going anywhere. But if people look more into cost, and they could wear diamonds, and it looks the same, and it passed the diamond tester with the same ingredients as a blood diamond. Horrible to say, but yes. Or diamonds that's actually in the ground right now. People are going to do it. Same thing.
Are you like the 83% of Americans who want to get a trust, who want to get a will, want to get a power of attorney, but you don't have one? Well, you are not alone, because 22% of Americans have one. That means 1 out of every 4 families have a trust, a will, and a power of attorney. Which bracket are you in? 1 out of 4 or 3 out of 4? It's okay, because we have the Relax Estate, a fully automated AI platform that allows you to create a trust, a will, and a power of attorney all at the fingertips. And if you are an insurance agent, tax professional, financial advisor, notary, or in any business profession, you can even white label this to your clients. You grow your business, you help your clients, everybody wins. Visit our website, www.therelaxedestate.com. Right here, therelaxedestate.com, and you can create a trust for your family, or if you're a business owner, want to use it to scale your business and help your clients, you can do that as well. Now back to this wonderful episode.
Same thing, just man-made. But energy allows us not to do it. My friends, TMC is not only a good stock, but it might be a stock of your lifetime. So the good stock of the week, TMC. But where there's good, it's bad. And the bad stock is Intel. Not because Intel's a bad company. Chips is the future. Now, they're not NVIDIA. They're not AMD. They're not Taiwan Semiconductors either. But they are a chip company, and they are a staple. So it's bad because people probably did the wrong thing. You see, we talked last week about Taiwan Semiconductors, and after we said no tariffs on Taiwan and how we was going to protect them militarily, what did a lot of people do? They bought TSM. And people who missed that boat, they said, well, we're going to do an alternate. NVIDIA is too high, AMD is shaky, super microcomputers are going down like crazy. Let's buy Intel. And it's that old adage. You buy high. And what did it do? Down by almost 5% this week. Still up by 14%. So if you bought it in January, you're happy. But if you bought it Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, well, you couldn't buy it Monday because Martin Luther King, but you know. And thank you, Dr. Martin Luther King, for all that you've done, because we would not be here today, I believe, if it was not for Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. But on Tuesday, Wednesday, or Thursday, if you bought it, you're very upset right now because it's down by almost 5%. This goes to show it could be the best investment, but it's timing and price that matters. That's why we always say it's time in the market, not timing the market, because you cannot time the market. You think NVIDIA, chips, AMD, TSM, the whole chip industry continue to go up, and chips are at a demand. So let me go ahead and just dump money here. This is why you don't want to buy at all-time highs. You want to use our cliff, dip, bear strategy we always talk about. $100, $25 then and there, $25 when it goes down by 5%, $25 when it goes down by 10%, and the other 25 when it goes down by 20%. It might be up to 15 months for you to invest in that company, but you're always buying low after your initial investment. That allows you to know you timed it. So if you're a long-term investor, we're long-term investors, 2 years and further, because long-term investing is the wave. This allows you to take advantage of the market's goods and bads. And right now, Intel is not looking too good. And as we can see with Intel chart, all right, good. Damn. Again, year to date, up 14%. But look at that. Buying high, not so good. Not so good. Last year, up 116%. I mean, You don't want to buy high. As this thing is climbing, wait till it goes down. Last 5 years, though, market's up by 80% the past 5 years. Intel's down by 20. So it's an opportunity. You are buying something at a lower price, but let's wait till it goes down a little bit. It needs to revert to the mean. That's why we said it's a bad stock of the week. Not because it's a bad company. It's recovering, but because if we bought it this week, we literally bought at a high. We need to let that thing go back a little bit. And they also had a weaker outlook as well and supply constraints. It's supply and demand, and the supply is getting short. If you don't have the supply, how can you meet the demand? They're paying you up front. You can't meet those obligations. You got to pay back. Your profit margin goes higher and your stock goes down. And analysts lean on reduced price targets, indicating downside risk. Overpriced, maybe. Risk is buying something when it's high. Now, over 3 years, 5 years, 10 years, preferably it's a lower price today than what it's going to be in 5 or 10 years. But the market doesn't look at it that way. Now, the market will definitely reprice and hopefully it goes up. Intel might go down some more. If it does, it might be the good stock or an opportunity. But today, Intel, bad stock of the week, not because of the sector, but because of the price point. Then, my friends, we have an opportunity. It's an old adage that, you probably heard your grandparents say when it comes to opportunity. They say, luck is no such thing. Luck is really opportunity that smacked you in the face. We could be lucky, but we're lucky because we were right there when that opportunity presented itself. Buy a lottery ticket many times. Well, I never paid the lottery because I think it's a loss, but whatever. You play the lottery a lot of times, you lose. But that one time you made it, you didn't get lucky. It's that opportunity was right there, right? You raise your hand. I want to volunteer at my job.
Join us in our school community as we have modules, classes, courses to go from a taxpayer to a wealth builder. How to use our cliff, dip, bear strategy to do better with your investments. How to acquire businesses and how to use your retirement plan to grow and not pay taxes. What? I can have a retirement plan grow and not pay taxes? Yes, your IRA or even your 401k at your employer. This and other things we focus on in our school community, the Relax Investor. And guess what? You get 7 days free access and you get our weekly coaching calls every Wednesday. You and hundreds of people ask questions to 6, 7, 8, and even 9-figure business owners that tell you how they created their business, how they run their business, and how their finances is as smooth as it can be. So click the link below and join us in our Relax Investor Academy to help you scale your finances.
You raise your hand. I want to volunteer at my job. People say no. You keep on raising it. The boss says yes, you might get that promotion because you raised your hand. That opportunity presented themselves. So, the opportunity of the week, Broadcom. And you're like to yourself, Broadcom? What? Why Broadcom? Well, analysts have said that it is a very, very strong sentiment. A lot of retail buyers selling this because of NVIDIA. Institutions loving the space, chips and telecommunication, but B, the infrastructure. I was in China back in 2013. Now, China has what you call the ghost cities, but I was actually there when they was building those ghost cities. You drive down the highway, it is 9 and 10 lanes this way and 9 and 10 lanes this way. They plan for growth. My friends, that's what you call infrastructure. If you're in Atlanta, you wish you had 9 and 10 lane highways on each side because their infrastructure is not there for the growth. Broadcom has the infrastructure in place for the growth that is coming because of semiconductors. That's why analysts think that the price right now is at a low and they are upping their price target. And once Wall Street gets behind something, since they control all the money, they're going to push that thing up. They're also positioned nicely when it comes to AI because they do two things: infrastructure and networking chips. We need infrastructure to build, but networking chips, having them talk when I put in that device, that, my friends, is amazing. You can have all the chips in the world. You can have all the products in the world that takes chips, but if they're not connected together, it doesn't matter, right? Like a connection. We have that iPhone, and that iPhone is dead, like this. And we have this connection, and we plug it in. But internally, if it's not networked correctly, then it's not going to work.
I didn't get that. Could you try again?
You heard that? That's Siri. This is what Broadcom does. And this is the opportunity because we're going to continue to make more chips. It's going to be more devices that need chips, and they provide the infrastructure and the technology. What's also an opportunity is their stock price. As we look at the chart, year to date, down, up, down, up. Look at that W. Whop. Down this year by almost 8%. Over the past year, up by 30. This is what we call a price restructuring. Kind of what's going on with Intel, right? Ran up like crazy, maybe up like it should have been. Now the price is being restructured. The price is returning to the mean. But as a new investor who does not have this, this is great because I get to buy it at a discount. It's down by 8%. If it gets back to where it was, my friends, that's a 10% gain. But just literally 2 months ago, it was at $400 a share. Now it's at $319. So you're able to buy something that's at 20% lower than what it was 2 months ago in the industry that's needed and in a system that they have a monopoly on because they do the networking and the infrastructure. Remember, like I said before, the cliff, dip, bear strategy. That 20% is happening. The average stock goes down by 20% every 15 months. This is your 15-month opportunity. Not a recommendation, just information. But this is your opportunity to take advantage of something in a sector that continues to grow, that has a niche, and that is needed and wanted. And Wall Street thinks so as well. That's why even though it went down by 8%, it hit another buy recommendation by one of the big investment firms today. The question is, are you going to buy it? Because it hurts. Those profits right now are painful because we're buying something that's going down. We're buying something at a 20% discount. But ask yourself a question. 2 months ago, when it was almost at all-time highs and you bought it, would you have rather bought it at $400 or $320? I bet it's $320, where today is that opportunity. Don't let that opportunity pass you by. And for our clients, don't worry about it. When it gets published, you're going to be already in it. And it's already part of your portfolio anyways, because it's an opportunity. So, what do we think? TMC? Yes or no? Intel? Yes or no? And of course, Broadcom? Yes? No? Maybe? Comment, let us know. Is any other stocks we forgot about? As always, again, like, subscribe, and share to our channel. As always, let's make some painful profits together, y'all. Peace.